What if I told you that one of the world's longest living communities has a rule so simple, it almost sounds trivial? In the villages of Okinawa, elders often pass 100, walking, gardening, and smiling, yet many haven't touched refined sugar in decades. Doctors once thought their secret was genetics, until they discovered it was something far more surprising. Stay with me, because what happens inside the body when sugar disappears after 70 is nothing short of extraordinary. At first glance, it looks like a coincidence. People in Okinawa live longer and they don't eat much sugar. But when researchers dug deeper, they realized it wasn't just less sugar. It was almost none at all after age 70. No sodas, no cakes, not even the spoonful in morning coffee. For most elders, refined sugar simply doesn't exist in their diet anymore. The result? Their bodies age at a completely different pace. Inflammation stays low, blood vessels stay flexible, and energy levels remain stable. Instead of the crashes we're used to after sweet foods, they enjoy steady vitality throughout the day. And here's the twist. Many of them don't even think of it as a restriction. For them, it's just normal life. But here's the detail that really surprised doctors. Cutting sugar doesn't just protect the heart or prevent diabetes. It appears to switch on genes linked to cellular repair and longevity. In other words, the absence of sugar after 70 may be one of the reasons Okinawans look and feel decades younger. And this discovery leads us straight into the next question. What exactly does sugar do to the aging body? Most people think sugar is only about weight gain. But the truth is, it quietly accelerates aging at every level of the body. Imagine sugar as tiny shards of glass moving through your bloodstream. They stick to proteins, damage blood vessels, and trigger silent inflammation. Over years, this process stiffens arteries, weakens joints, and even clouds memory. Scientists call it glycation, and it's one of the key reasons why high-sugar diets are linked to wrinkles, heart disease, diabetes, and even cognitive decline. In fact, some researchers now consider sugar one of the fastest accelerators of biological aging. But here's the most shocking part. The effects of sugar don't just pile up, they intensify with age. After 70, the body becomes less efficient at processing glucose. That means the same dessert that barely affected you at 40 can have lasting damage later in life. And this is exactly why Okinawan elders avoid it completely. By cutting sugar out, they're not just avoiding weight gain. They're slowing the clock inside every cell. Most people think it's too late to change habits after a certain age. But in Okinawa, the opposite is true. Cutting sugar past 70 acts almost like flipping a hidden switch in the body. Inflammation starts to calm down, energy stabilizes, and blood sugar levels become easier to control. It's not magic. It's biology responding to a lighter load. Doctors observing elders in Okinawa notice something remarkable. Lower rates of diabetes, fewer heart problems, and sharper memory compared to countries with sugar-heavy diets. Some studies even suggest that avoiding sugar later in life helps activate protective genes, like FOXO3, sometimes called the longevity gene. This means the body isn't just surviving longer. It's staying resilient. But the real surprise is how quickly changes can appear. Within weeks of reducing sugar, elders often report sleeping better, feeling lighter, and even having more stamina for daily activities. And when this habit is paired with nutrient-rich foods, the results multiply. Which brings us to the next secret, the traditional Okinawan diet that replaces sugar with foods designed to fuel long life. In Okinawa, sweets aren't forbidden, they're just rare. Instead of cakes or sodas, elders turn to foods that actually feed the body. Purple sweet potatoes, fresh tofu, bitter melon, seaweed, and small portions of fish. These aren't exotic luxuries. They're everyday staples that keep blood sugar steady and the body strong. What's fascinating is how easy it is to find substitutes outside Japan. Purple sweet potatoes can be swapped for regular sweet potatoes or squash. Bitter melon might be hard to find, But spinach, kale, or even zucchini provide similar benefits. Instead of refined sugar, Okinawans lean on fruits with low natural sugar, like papaya or citrus, eaten in small amounts. The principle is simple: foods that nourish instead of drain, and it's not only about what they eat, but how they eat. Meals are balanced, portions are modest, and desserts are occasional, not daily. This steady rhythm gives the body time to rest and repair. And when you pair these foods with the habit of eating until you're only 80% full, you unlock the real secret of their diet. But there's another piece of the puzzle, and it's hidden in a surprising philosophy about food itself. Here's how it looks in practice. Breakfast might be oatmeal with walnuts and blueberries instead of pastries. Lunch could be tofu with sautéed greens and sweet potato. Dinner? Grilled salmon with vegetables and brown rice. And for dessert, maybe a small slice of melon instead of cake. It's simple, sustainable, and delicious. And this approach isn't just about food. It's tied to a deeper Okinawan philosophy about seeing every meal as medicine. And that's what we'll explore next. In Okinawa, there's a saying, "Nuchi gusui," which means food is medicine. This isn't just a poetic phrase, it's a daily practice. Elders don't eat to satisfy cravings or fill time. They eat to protect their heart, sharpen their mind, and fuel their body for decades. Every meal is seen as a chance to prevent illness before it even begins. What's fascinating is how this philosophy changes behavior. Instead of thinking, "What do I feel like eating today?" the question becomes, "What does my body need to stay strong?" That's why sugar plays such a small role. It offers taste, but no strength. In contrast, vegetables, legumes, tofu, and fish bring both flavor and healing compounds. Over time, those choices stack up, creating a body that resists disease well into the 90s and beyond. And here's where it gets really interesting. Modern science is just starting to validate what Okinawans have practiced for centuries. Studies show that certain foods in their diet activate longevity genes, stabilize hormones, and reduce chronic inflammation. In other words, they've been applying personalized medicine for generations, without pills, without fads, just through food. And that simple yet profound truth leads us straight into the conclusion of this story. So what have we learned? Elders in Okinawa live past 100 not because of expensive treatments or lucky genetics, but because of small daily choices. One of the simplest, cutting refined sugar after 70, protects their heart, sharpens their mind, and keeps their energy steady for decades. Combined with nutrient-rich foods and a mindful philosophy, it becomes a natural shield against aging. The real surprise is how accessible this secret is. You don't need to live in Japan or find exotic ingredients. By reducing sugar, eating more whole foods, and treating every meal as medicine, you can apply the same principles right where you are. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency. Each choice builds resilience for the years ahead. And now the question is yours. Will you wait for illness to appear or start building longevity today? Try these Okinawan-inspired habits and see the difference in your own life. If you found this eye-opening, hit like, subscribe, and join me for the next video, where we'll uncover another surprising longevity secret doctors often overlook.